Wes Mitchell's, Jesse Lee Soffer, new storyline in FBI, International Season 4, Episode 17, titled Dead Dead, makes the news of the procedural's cancellation hurt even more. Since joining the FBI, International Season 4 cast, Mitchell has been somewhat of an enigma. He established early on that he was far more impulsive and willing to break the rules for the cause of justice than Forrester, but kept his personal life private. Thus, while he brought new energy to the series, he wasn't as dynamic a character as he needed to be. There are only a few episodes of FBI, International Season 4 left before the series ends, but the procedural began a new storyline that sheds more light on Mitchell's background during Dead Dead. Mitchell has to balance leading the Fly team in a case involving the murder of a former director of national intelligence with a personal crisis, as he learns his biological father is up for parole. While he decides to speak at the parole hearing, Mitchell changes his mind when he sees his biodad over Zoom and closes out of the virtual meeting. Mitchell's biodad story gives his character depth and makes him a better Fly team character. This story offers the first insight into Mitchell's past. Although it doesn't make his backstory completely clear, it offers two previously unknown facts: Mitchell's biological dad is in prison, and the FBI agent changed his last name from his biodad's name to his adoptive dad's. This suggests deep trauma in Mitchell's past that makes him the way he is, which makes his character more sympathetic. It also adds a mini-mystery to the procedural, as the gaps in Mitchell's backstory are wide enough to allow for speculation about what happened. Mitchell's new arc is exactly what the character needs. His rebellious attitude makes him a compelling character similar to Chicago P.D.'s Hank Voight, Jason Burr. However, without an explanation of who Mitchell is and what shaped his personality, he risks becoming a one-note, stereotypical character, which is not interesting. Thus, this biodad arc is a strong idea that adds depth to Mitchell, making him a more valuable member of the Fly team. FBI, International's cancellation makes Mitchell's character development pointless. FBI, International will wrap up soon, so why get invested? FBI International Wes Mitchell standing in a room staring at something. If FBI, International Season 5 were happening, this would be a compelling story. The writers could begin setting it up now, offer a strong cliffhanger at the end of the season, and pick up next season. Unfortunately, FBI, International is one of several shows that CBS has cancelled in 2025, and the series finale is scheduled for May 20, 2025. Thus, it's difficult to get invested in this story because it, and the entire series, will end soon, making the drama around Mitchell's biodad feel pointless. The timing of this story underscores how frustrating the cancellation is. FBI, International is the best FBI show, but it was getting stale after 3 seasons. Mitchell's presence reinvigorated the series, making FBI Season 4 one of its best seasons, only for CBS to pull the rug out from under the audience by cancelling it. Mitchell's new arc demonstrates how much potential the character and show had that will now never be realized. How Mitchell's current story could factor into FBI, International's end. The season ender could be converted into an exit story as the series wraps up. FBI International Mitchell and Booth standing together. Mitchell's arc was likely meant to be a season-ending story that would keep the audience talking over the summer. Now that FBI, International is ending, however, this arc could become part of the procedural's wrap-up. The easiest way to do this would be to turn it into an exit story for Mitchell. He might be forced to go back to the States to deal with his biodad, which would again leave the Fly team leaderless. Of course, this would be a depressing ending. It wouldn't leave the rest of the Fly team in a good place unless the team is disbanding or the series ends with the team getting a new leader. Additionally, the idea of Mitchell leaving only a year after he arrived is sad and would be another disappointing exit in the FBI franchise. However, it's also the most logical at this point. The Fly team will no longer be on screen after May 20, so the strongest ending would involve the team disbanding and members being sent to other teams in the States. FBI, International could start the ball rolling by having Mitchell's storyline lead to his leaving Budapest for good.